Welcome to the Carriker Chronicles, the People's Show. Check the post for Husker Nation, brought to you by Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 words for today's show. Hakuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your days, for those who didn't see Lion King and had a very, very rough childhood. All right, I even spilled some, I don't even know if you can tell now, maybe it dried. I spilled some stuff on my shirt before the show, and ladies and gentlemen, I ain't worried about it. Hakuna Matata. The other word for the day is expectations. Now, Adam Eugene Carriker. For the love of all that is holy under God's hot sun, why in the blue hell would you talk about expectations when it comes to Nebraska football? Here's why. A couple reasons. Number one, expectations or the lack thereof. And if we're going to be truly honest, which I try to be on this show, doesn't mean I'm right. It just means I'm giving my honest opinion from my point of view, right or wrong. If we're being truly honest from my point of view, expectations since like the 1950s or early 60s have never been lower for Nebraska football. If we're being truly honest. I mean, they used to win 9-10 games and talking about firing Osborne. So that could be an advantage. And it's almost like we're doing things backwards a little bit. Because if you talk to folks within the football program, you can tell that they legit feel like this is the best team they've had since they've gotten here. From a size perspective, they are noticeably bigger. From an athleticism perspective, wide receiver, running back, nobody's proven, but just potential. But they're very, very hesitant to say it. Unlike, when folks first arrived here, there was a lot of things being said. You can blame the media, you can blame the fans, you can blame whoever. Some of it came from within the football program, talking about the previous coaching staff, talking about what happened down in Central Florida, talking about, things happening here, so to speak. It was almost like things were done backwards a little bit. And there was too much focus on those things. And now they're very hesitant to say anything except we're working hard, we're getting better. And they're very hesitant to talk about expectations, understandably so. And what they do talk about is basics and fundamentals, especially if you talk to the Coach Dawson running specialties. Basics, fundamentals. It's almost like we're doing a little bit backwards or maybe 4 years late. But here's the deal. In all fairness, in my opinion, Tom Osborne is the greatest college football coach in history. And Nick Saban's phenomenally phenomenal. Paul Bear-Bryant's phenomenally phenomenal. But what Osborne did here at Nebraska, okay, for such an extended period of time, Bob Devaney built it up. So he's in that convo too. You have a true respect for it now that you've seen the struggles that the Huskers have had over recent periods of time. But even Osborne, as great as he is, as great as he was as a coach, it took him a long time to figure things out. So in all fairness, at least we're getting there. At least we're making progress, or potentially they got to actually do it on the field. Got to actually do it on the field is the most important thing, because I look at this roster and I see, how dare I? Okay, how dare I? And again, this is the guy that talked about expectations never being lower. How dare I? I'm going to say it. I think they have the best roster in the Big Ten West and the 4th best in the Big Ten overall behind Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan. That being said, none of that matters if they don't do it on the field. It matters zero. It matters zero what I think. And maybe I'm being hopeful, but I am honest. Or try to be. So maybe the expectations, because they are as low as they've possibly ever been, and maybe I'm completely and utterly wrong here. Let me know. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. I hope I'm right more often than not. Who knows? I think it could actually be an advantage. Because right now, because the expectations of where they're at, Husker fans would be happy with a 6-6 season going to a bowl game. To me, it actually could work in their advantage. Because if they were able to accomplish that, which is a reasonable goal, if you're actually going to show any improvement on the field at all, you got to at least be able to get to a bowl game once in your first 4 years, which I believe they can do, but they got to do it. And then you can build from there. So even though we're kind of doing things backwards, and maybe it's taken, I don't know, so not a straight path for sure, a little bit of a windy road. If they show improvement on the field and if they get to a bowl game, those expectations where they are now could actually help, and we could build from here. Now, if they don't do that, Lord Almighty God help us all. I don't know. This is just me shooting from the hip. That's a wrestling term. I didn't really sit down with anything prepared. I'm just speaking from my heart. I'm speaking from my mind. Let me know your thoughts. This is a very, very raw show. A lot of times I'm uber prepared. Sometimes I'm over-prepared. Who knows? This is a very, very raw show. It's me speaking from the heart. Hakuna Matata, expectations. Am I hitting the nail on the head? Do I belong in the Ludy bin? Let me know. Let me know in the comments, Husker Nation. Go big, red, and always remember. Throw the bones. Thanks again to our sponsor, Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, when it's your spine, you do not want to mess around, and experience matters. That's why you can trust the experts at Nebraska Spine Hospital, the region's only spine-specific hospital. They are the best at what they do.